Hello students, welcome back to Learned Education. I'm your English teacher Triparna Das Bhattacharya, and today we will do a lesson from Madhyamik English Second Language Curriculum, and the name of the prose is Father's Help by R.K. Narayan. And before we get on with the lesson, I would just like to remind you to subscribe to our channel. Hopefully this is going to be very beneficial and very helpful for you. So please do subscribe and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you get regular updates on whatever lessons we post each and every day. Okay, so Father's Help, as I have already said, was written by R.K. Narayan. And R.K. Narayan was born in the year 1906 and he passed away in 2001, and he was one of the leading figures of early Indian literature in English. His notable works include Malgudi Days and The Guide, and he was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award for his work The Guide in the year 1958. The story that we will study today is an excerpt from Malgudi Days, and it is about a schoolboy called Swaminathan who is not willing to go to school, and his father forces him to go to school, and how his feelings and his reservations for his teacher Samuel changes by the end of the story. And without further ado, let's get started. Lying in bed, Swami realized with a shudder that it was Monday morning. So Swami woke up all of a sudden. It happens with us also, isn't it? That we suddenly wake up and then we realize maybe we are late or something like that. So in this case also, Swami suddenly woke up in the morning with the shaking of his body out of fear. Shudder means shaking of the body convulsively out of fear. It looked as though only a moment ago it was Friday. So he had this weekend in between, that is the Saturday and Sunday, so he had holidays, and so Monday had again come and he felt that it was just Friday a moment ago. So that's why he was not at all eager to go to school, rather he wanted to stay at home. Already Monday was here. He hoped he didn't have to go to school. So Monday was already here and he wished that he didn't have to go to school. At 9 o'clock, Swaminathan wailed, "I have a headache." So he started crying at 9 o'clock that he had a headache. He complained of a headache. He said because why, he was making up stories. He was finding out excuses not to go to school, to stay away from school. So he told a lie. Mother generously suggested that Swami might stay at home. So her mother was quite lenient. He said that, "Okay son, if you're suffering from a headache, you better stay at home and take rest." At 9:30, when he ought to have been in the school prayer hall, Swami was lying on the bench in mother's room. So when he was supposed to be in his school prayer hall, Swami was lying very comfortably on the bench placed in his mother's room. Father asked him, "Have you no school today?" So father, you can see, is going to be a strict person. He is not as liberal or lenient as Swami's mother. So he comes and asks, "Have you no school today?" "Headache," Swami replied. So Swami lied that he was having a headache. "Nonsense, dress up and go." So father was not an easy person to relent. So he said that whatever you are saying is nonsense. He was quite aware that Swami was lying because he wanted to miss school. So he said, "Nonsense, dress up and go." Again Swami repeated, "Headache. Loaf about less on Sundays and you will be without a headache on Monday." So he said that, do not roam around aimlessly here and there on a Sunday. That means you can take some rest on a Sunday, and so you will be perfectly fine on the following day, which is Monday. You will be perfectly okay to go to school. Swami knew how strict his father could be. So he changed his tactics. "I can't go so late to the class." So he knew that if he kept on lying, then his father will not allow him to stay at home. So he said that if I go so late, I will be punished. Okay, you'll have to. It is your own fault. His father insisted that he has to go because that was his own fault, because he was not going to attend school as he had planned. "What will the teacher think if I go so late?" So Here we see that Swami is arguing with his father that what will the teacher think about me if I reach home, if I reach school so late. He's not going to take it very easily, and he might even punish me. Tell him you had a headache and so are late. So his father suggested him that go and tell them, inform them that you are late to school because you were suffering from a headache. He will scold me if I say so. So Swami replies by saying that I will be scolded if I go and say that I had a headache for which I am late to school. Will he? Let us see. What is his name? Samuel. So the father asks, who will scold you? Let me just know. And Swami replies that it is Samuel, the name of his teacher. Does he always scold the students? Father asks, does he always scold the students? Does he have a habit of scolding students, of reprimanding them? He is a very angry man. That is how Swami describes his teacher Samuel to his father. Tells him that Samuel is a very angry man. He is especially angry with boys who come in late, and he is extremely angry with specifically those boys who come late to school. I wouldn't like to go late to Samuel's class, and I am not the one to go to his class so late. If he is so angry, why not tell your headmaster about it? So he's saying that if he is so angry, if he is of such a bad temper, then I think you should complain to the headmaster. That is what his father said. They say that even the headmaster is afraid of him. See how Swami is making up the whole story about Samuel, which he is doing only to escape attending school. But he has to. We will see in the following unit that eventually he has to go to school, and his father will give him a letter which he has to give to the headmaster. Okay? Okay. This is the end of unit 1. Next we will be discussing unit 2. Hopefully the explanations are being of help to you. Swami hoped that his father would be made to see why he must avoid school for the day. But father's behavior took an unexpected turn. He proposed to send a letter with Swami to the headmaster. No amount of protest from Swami would make him change his mind. So his father was adamant that he is going to send a complaint to the headmaster regarding the teacher Samuel, who is extremely strict with his students. So he will send a letter along with Swami, and Swami has to deliver it to the headmaster, and in that letter he would write or things against the teacher Samuel, because Samuel was not very friendly as a teacher. He was a very strict teacher. He scolded unnecessarily. So maybe these were the reasons he would cite in his complaint letter. By the time Swami was ready to leave for school, father had composed a long letter to the headmaster. So Swami was already late, we know, and by the time he was finally ready to go to school, his father had already penned down a long letter to the headmaster. He put it in an envelope and sealed it. He had also put the letter in an envelope and had sealed it. What have you written, father? Swami asked apprehensively. That is, he was quite worried. Apprehensively means in a very, something where the person is a little skeptic about what is going to be the outcome of a certain thing. Okay, a certain incident. It could be an incident, it could be a complaint letter as we see here. What could be the result or the effect of a certain unpleasant happening. So in this case, of course, Swami was apprehensive, and so he asks his father, what have you written, father? Swami asked apprehensively. Nothing for you. Give it to your headmaster and go to your class. So he says that this is nothing of your concern. You just hand it over to your headmaster first and then enter your classroom and continue with your classes. Have you written anything about our teacher Samuel? Yes, plenty of things, his father said. So, you can see that Swami is developing a sort of remorse, guilt conscious within himself. He's feeling guilty about telling bad things, about Samuel to his father. So he tells him, that he asks him that, have you written anything bad about our teacher? And his father replies in the affirmative. He says, yes, plenty of things. What has he done, father? So now Swami is questioning his father that what has he done? Everything is there in the letter. Give it to your headmaster. So your duty is to go and hand over the letter to the headmaster. Do not think of anything else. This is your task at hand. Go to school, hand over the letter, and then go and attend your classes. Whatever is there in the letter, it is for the headmaster to see. But I have written plenty of things about Samuel. That is what the father says. Swami went to school feeling that he was the worst boy on earth. So why he's feeling this kind of, he's having these kind of feelings that he's the worst boy on earth? Maybe we can just, think over here or assume or suppose that maybe his guilt conscience had started working. It was hitting him badly, maybe because he had told very harsh words which were not true about his teacher Samuel. So he was feeling like the worst boy on earth. His conscience bothered him. Okay. He wasn't at all sure if his description of Samuel had been accurate. So he was not really sure whether he had described Samuel in the proper manner to his father, whether he had done the right thing or the wrong thing, whether he was really at fault by talking, bad and all negative things about his presumably good teacher Samuel, just in order to miss school. He felt he had mixed up the real and the imagined. So now this kind of opposite feelings were going through her mind. Okay, so he was in a kind of dilemma. Swami was in a kind of dilemma whether he had actually mixed up what was true and what was untrue. Okay, something he had made up about the teacher which he shouldn't have done. Swami stopped on the roadside to make up his mind about Samuel. So he was in an indecisive state of mind. So he stopped on the roadside to actually make up his mind about Samuel, that whether he was actually a good person or a bad person, as Swami had told to his father. Samuel was not such a bad man after all. Samuel was, now he's thinking, okay, he's thinking that Samuel was definitely not that a bad person as he had told his father about him. Personally, he was much more friendly than the other teachers. See, now he's coming to the good points about Samuel. So Samuel was relatively a friendlier teacher than the other teachers of his school, of Swami's school. Swami also felt Samuel had a special regard for him, and Swami now realized suddenly that Samuel had a special feeling, that is, of course, he liked Swami to a certain extent, like more than the other students of the class. Maybe he preferred Swami more than the other students. Swami's head was dizzy, so he was, feeling a little dizzy. He was not being in a balanced state of mind. So he was filled with confusion. He was totally baffled and perplexed. Okay? He could not decide if Samuel really deserved the allegations made against him in the letter. So he could not actually think if Samuel, when he was trying to think if whatever his father had written, his father, as he had said, that he had written a plenty of things against the teacher, which he did not want Swami to know, but only the headmaster to know. He started thinking, what could his father have written? Of course, not good things about the teacher, because Swami had told so many bad things about the teacher to him that, of course, he would have not written good and, very appreciative things about the teacher. So Samuel really deserved the allegations made against in the letter. So now he was in a state of confusion. Swami was in a state of confusion where he thought that maybe Samuel did not deserve such harsh words, such allegations that were made against him, maybe in the letter. The more he thought of Samuel, the more Swami grieved for him. So the more he was thinking of what is going to happen to Samuel, the more he started feeling sorry for him. He was feeling sad for him. And it is going to happen only because of Swami. Because Swami had, told all lies about Samuel, for which his father had written bad things about Samuel in the letter. To recall Samuel's dark face, his thin moustache, unshaven cheek and yellow coat filled Swaminathan with sorrow. So this is basically the description of Samuel. He had a dark face, he had a thin moustache, unshaven cheek and yellow coat. And this whole description of Samuel now filled Swaminathan with guilt and remorse and also grief. He was feeling sorry for what he had done. Okay, here we come to the end of Unit 2, and we have another part left which we will be doing right now. I hope you are keeping the pen and paper ready and taking down notes wherever possible. Okay. So we will begin with Unit 3 right now. As he entered the school gate, an idea occurred to him. So he suddenly got an idea, because now he did not want to submit the complaint letter to the headmaster, because he did not want Samuel to get scolded unnecessarily because of Swami. Okay. He would deliver the letter to the headmaster at the end of the day. So this was the idea which struck him, that he wouldn't deliver the letter immediately as soon as he reached the school, but he would hand over the letter at the end of the day, that is when the school ends. There was a chance Samuel might do something during the course of the day to justify the letter. So he, in order to negotiate his guilt that was, blooming within him, he thought that maybe if I could give the letter to the headmaster at the end of the day, by that time Samuel might do something to him which might change his attitude, that is Swami's attitude towards his teacher. That is, Samuel might be harsh to Swami because of reaching late to school. It could be a number of reasons, maybe because of not doing his homework properly or reaching late to school. Any reason he could at least find out to justify handing over the letter to the headmaster. Swami stood at the entrance of the class. Swami went and stood at the entrance of his class when Samuel was teaching arithmetic. He looked at Swami. Swami hoped Samuel would scold him severely. Why would Samuel scold him severely? Because Swami had come to school very, very late. So it is expected that if a student is reaching school very late, then it is evident, it is for sure that the teacher is going to scold him or reprimand him or talk in a serious tone. You are half an hour late, Samuel said. So Samuel told him that you are half an hour late. I have a headache, sir, Swami said. So again he lied to Samuel that he had a headache. Then why did you come at all? So that is the first question, the normal question that will strike anybody. If somebody is suffering from some ailments, then the student or that person is not supposed to go for work. So naturally this is the question which came to Samuel's mind, and he asked very, very normally. This was an unexpected question from Samuel, but this was not expected from Samuel. Swami said, my father said I shouldn't miss school, sir. So, why is the author saying that this was an unexpected question from Samuel? Because, Swami did not expect such kind of a question from Samuel. That is, he was expecting, harsh words coming towards his way, so that he can at least have a reason for giving the letter to the headmaster. Swami said, my father said I shouldn't miss school, sir. So that is the reason I am here, because my father said I shouldn't be missing school. Samuel looked impressed. So Samuel was quite impressed hearing what Swami had to say, that your father is quite right. We want more parents like him. So he said that, of course, he remarked that, of course, this is a very good thing that your father has done by sending you to school, and we should have more parents like him. Oh, you poor man, Swami thought. You don't know what my father has done to you. So here is the irony. What is going within Swami's mind? He is thinking that, while Samuel is talking good things about his father has written all the bad things about Samuel in the letter. So again, he is not finding any excuse, any reason as to implicate Samuel. All right, go to your seat. So he allowed him in. Samuel allowed Swami in. The teacher was inspecting the home lessons. What was he doing? He was doing the corrections of the homework. To Swami's thinking, this was the time when Samuel got most angry. So why? Because he used to find out mistakes in the books of the students, in the homework, the tasks that he had used to give for the students. He could have found mistakes, and that's why at that moment he would have turned a little rough. But today Samuel appeared very gentle. But it was very unlike him that he did not get angry at all, and he was behaving in a very gentle manner. Swaminathan, where is your homework? So Samuel asked Swaminathan, where is your homework? I have not done my homework, sir, Swami said. So here also there was a chance for Swami to get a big scolding, but what happens we will see. Why headache? Asked Samuel. So was headache the reason why you couldn't do your homework? Yes, sir. All right, sit down. So here also Samuel excused Swami. When the bell rang for the last period at 4:30, Swami picked up his books and went and ran to the headmaster's room. As he was supposed to deliver the letter to the headmaster, he picked up his books and his bags and he ran towards the headmaster's room. He found the room locked. So the headmaster's room was locked from outside. The peon told him the headmaster had gone on a week's leave. Swaminathan ran away from the place. So, when he reached the headmaster's office, he found, or the room where the headmaster used to be, he found it locked, and he inquired the peon, and the peon told him that the headmaster has gone on a week's leave, that he had taken a week's leave and would be out of the school for at least the next 7 days. As soon as he entered home with the letter, father said, I knew you wouldn't deliver it. So the father was very angry. He said that you were supposed to submit the letter to the headmaster and I knew you wouldn't do it. But the headmaster is on leave, Swami said. But Swami told him the truth this time because the headmaster was not present. Father snatched the letter away from Swami and tore it up. So he quickly took away the letter from Swami's hand forcibly and he tore the letter into pieces. Don't ever come to me for help if Samuel scolds you again. So what did the father tell him? That don't ask for help anymore. If you get a scolding from Samuel in the future, you have to bear it. I'm not going to help you anymore. It was your duty to deliver the letter. You haven't done it on time, and so now you are going to face the consequences. You deserve your Samuel, he said, and it is you who deserves a teacher like him, who is strict, who is stern, who has a very bad temper, scolds the students unnecessarily. So you are the one. You are not going to get any sort of help from me in the future. So here we see that the story is filled with humor. R.K. Narayan used to write humorous stories, and they were very well acclaimed. He was a very well reputed author in his time and even now. Okay. Hopefully you have understood the lesson, and now I will be discussing a few questions from Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3 which I think are important for you. Hopefully you will also be able to please follow it and focus. Okay, from Unit 1, the first question that I have brought for you. Why did Swami say that he had a headache? So we know that Swami was lying. Swami said that he had a headache because he wanted to miss school. He wanted to stay at home and he did not want to go to school. He was unwilling to go to school. So that's why he made an excuse saying that he had a headache. So this is going to be the answer for the first question. Now for the second question, how do you know that there was a difference in attitude between Swami's parents towards their son? Okay, it's very obvious. While I was explaining to you, I had already said that, and you have also seen that Swami's mother was lenient towards Swami, but Swami's father was very, very stern, very strict, and Swami's mother allowed him to stay back home while Swami's father insisted him to go to school, forced him to go to school even if Swami was late. So this was the kind of difference of attitude between Swami's mother and Swami's father towards Swami. What did Swami say about Samuel to his father? here it is there directly, you can take the answer from the book, that he is a very strict teacher. The headmaster is also not very, the headmaster is also very afraid of Samuel. So all the bad things which Swami had stated about Samuel, you have to write in this answer. What did Swami's father propose to do? From unit 2, the first question is, what did Swami's father propose to do? Swami's father proposed to write a letter, a complaint letter to the headmaster, and he would send the letter through Swami to the headmaster, where of course he would write how Samuel is as a teacher, that he is of a bad temper, he scolds his students unnecessarily, and all such things which Swami had actually made up and told about Samuel to his father. What filled Swami with sorrow? Now Swami was filled with sorrow because he knew that from within that Samuel was not a bad teacher as he had described him to his father. Samuel was basically a good-hearted fellow, which we have already seen while we were discussing the lesson, while I was explaining the lesson. You have already seen how Samuel was as a teacher. So all the negative things that Swami had told about Samuel were lies. So this filled him with sorrow, that unnecessarily, that without any reason and without any fault of Samuel, Samuel might be getting a big scolding from the headmaster for being bad to his students. So this thought actually was filling Swami with sorrow. Okay, from unit 3 again, I have put 2 very important questions. What did Samuel ask Swami when he entered the class half an hour late? So again you will see in the book that Swami asked him why he was late, and Swami answered that he had a headache. Then he was very normally, he said that if he is having a headache, then why should he come to school? That's a very natural question that comes in everybody's mind. And then Swami answers that because his father had forced him to come to school, he had come. And that's why he was half an hour late. Why couldn't Swami deliver the letter to the headmaster? The Swami could not deliver the letter to the headmaster because the headmaster had gone for a week's leave and his room was locked. This is the reason for which he could not submit the letter to him. Okay. So now I have already explained to you the chapter, and you just need to read it properly, read very thoroughly, and I have also given you the meanings and a few important questions. So hopefully this is going to be, again I would say that it is going to be quite useful for you. So we come to the end of today's lesson, and before saying a goodbye and just reminding you once again that do subscribe to Learned Education and press the bell icon. Okay.